Well, howdy, y'all, and welcome back to Hillbilly History Roasts, where we take a stroll down memory lane and trip right over the dumbest moments mankind ever cooked up. Today's episode's hotter than a skillet full of regret. It's the story of Napoleon versus Britain, better known as the Baguette Beatdown. So grab a drink, park your biscuits, and watch till the end. 'Cause this story ends with France getting stomped so hard even their wine turned sour. Act 1, the little big man with a big old ego. Picture it, 1815, Napoleon sitting in exile like a toddler in timeout. But old Short Stack here wakes up one morning and goes, "You know what? I think the world misses me." He sneaks back into France like a raccoon in the trash, waves at the crowd, and boom, folks start cheering. "Vive l'Empereur," they say. "Yeah, sure, let's bring back the guy who's already lost a war, burned half of Europe, and thinks strategy means charge first, think later." Now he's strutting around, puffing his chest out, wearing that silly hat like it's a crown of wisdom. He's got more confidence than a possum crossing a 4-lane highway at midnight. And when he hears the Brits are nearby, he grins and says, "Let's dance again, baby." Spoiler alert, it ain't the British who'll be doing the dancing. Act 2, the barbecue that burned the chef. So the big day comes, June 18th, 1815. Hot, humid, and muddy enough to make a hog homesick. Napoleon figures he's gonna cook the Brits alive, but, honey, he forgot to preheat the oven. His men are tired, the ground's soaked, and his cannons? They're sitting in the mud like drunks in a ditch. He's out there pointing at maps like he's ordering takeout. "We'll go left, no right, no, charge straight ahead." Buddy, that's not a plan. That's a suicide note with extra seasoning. The Brits, led by old Duke Wellington, are sitting on top of the hill drinking tea, watching the French slip around like Bambi on ice. And when the shooting starts, the French realize real quick they've brought baguettes to a gunfight. Act 3, where'd my friends go? Now here's where it gets real funny, dark funny. Napoleon's looking around yelling, "Where are my allies? Where's my Prussian reinforcements?" Well, joke's on him. The Prussians show up, but not to help. They come riding in behind him like, "Bonjour, we're here to finish the job." Turns out his friends decided to RSVP for Team Britain instead. That's right. Napoleon threw the biggest pity party in Europe, and everyone ghosted him like an ex who found someone taller. Act 4, the muddy mess. Now, let's talk about that battlefield, Waterloo. Imagine trying to march an army through knee-deep mud while cannonballs are flying at you like bad karma. Every step they took, another soldier got stuck. It looked less like a war and more like a pig wrestling contest with uniforms. Napoleon's horses couldn't gallop, his troops couldn't aim, and half his cannons wouldn't even fire. The man was trying to conquer Europe with glorified soup spoons. Meanwhile, them British redcoats just standing there cool as church air, reloading and grinning. They weren't scared, they were entertained. Act 5, the Great Communication Breakdown. Now, if you thought the mud was bad, wait till you hear about the communication. Napoleon's generals were sending messages slower than dial-up internet. Orders got twisted up worse than Aunt Mabel's intestines after chili night. Napoleon yells, "Tell the left flank to advance!" Messenger rides off, forgets half the message, crashes into a horse and tells him, "Nap says retreat!" Next thing you know, the whole left side's running the wrong direction like chickens in a thunderstorm. By the time Napoleon realized what happened, the battle was already lost. But bless his heart, he still thought he could rally the troops. Buddy, you can't rally what's already halfway to Paris. Act 6, the French toast finale. By sundown, Napoleon's army looked like yesterday's laundry, wet, wrinkled, and full of regret. The British and Prussians had him surrounded tighter than a pair of jeans after Thanksgiving dinner. The French lines broke, the cavalry scattered, and old Napoleon, he's sitting on his horse staring out over the field like, "Merde." That's French for, "I done messed up." He runs off, losing his hat in the mud. His fancy emperor hat, mind you. And all them soldiers who once cheered his name are now sprinting for the border faster than gossip in a small town. Waterloo didn't just break his army, it broke his whole legacy. France got toasted so bad, folks still butter the story to this day. Act 7, the exile encore. So what happens next? They ship old Napoleon off again, this time to St. Helena, a rock in the middle of nowhere. Ain't no parades, ain't no glory, just seagulls and shame. He spends his days pacing around mumbling about destiny while the British guards sip tea and laugh. Imagine being the most powerful man in Europe and ending your career arguing with coconuts. That's not a fall from grace. That's a face-first dive into irony. Final roast. The moral of the meltdown. So what do we learn, folks? Number 1, don't poke the British lion when it's nursing a hangover. Number 2, if you're already losing, don't double down on dumb. And number 3, maybe, just maybe, don't bet your empire on muddy weather and half a map. Napoleon dreamed of building a new Europe. Instead, he built a lifetime supply of punchlines. He started as France's greatest hero and ended as history's biggest, well, that didn't age well. So the next time life's got you feeling cocky, remember Napoleon. Short, stubborn, and so sure of himself, he brought a baguette to a British gunfight and got turned into toast. Now hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss the next hillbilly roast of history's finest fools. And tell me in the comments, what other historical hot mess should we deep fry next?